Any of that.
Oh, okay.
No. At some point.
Copy that.
There you go. You're back.
Look, we're live for real now.
Super duper real.
I just don't feel like it's in there all
You know,
day.
listen. There's what
Okay,
you
it'll be
got
good.
and
It's
what
good
you
enough.
want.
Yeah, we're good.
And they're
We're
not always the same thing. It's a life lesson for all the children on TikTok.
Let's see.
True.
It's true.
TikTok, you guys, are you even tracking on what's going on in the world? Or are you
No,
guys just
they're
watching
not.
thoughts dance right now?
They're like they're hand in their shorts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just over somewhere watching a
My
car.
mom said I couldn't have any more Cheetos.
Welcome back. 12th C is in the house.
This has nothing to do with what we do for a living in this live stream, but yesterday at Walmart, I watched a full, 30-year-old grown man ask his mom if he could buy some Monster energy drinks, and I almost had a meltdown.
Dude, I actually just got livid.
I hope she said no.
I'm
Yeah.
furious.
She said no.
Good.
She put it back. I was like, whoa, that is very
Imagine
sad.
if like you had balls and a house and a wallet and was gainfully employed, you know, and then people be like, you don't understand, it's so hard out there in this economy.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you mean the economy with which we are currently
The
employing
operating?
all of these people and doing all of this business? Like, no, you don't understand. And free is shit. Anything that gets handed to you is worthless. If you haven't worked for it, it has no actual value. And you can sit around and feel sorry for yourself all day. Or you can pick yourself up, go out there in the world and do something that provides value to somebody else. And the better you are at that, the better you will be compensated.
That's weird.
That's called capitalism.
Is that called capitalism?
Which is why people don't understand that, because they've been indoctrinated by the socialist public school system that hate capitalists and evil corporations that made the iPhones that they're watching this
Right.
shit on right
Right.
now.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
And
for sure.
provided all the internet and the electricity and the water and the Cheetos and the Mountain Dew
Yep.
and the Monster Energy drinks, right? But they're evil.
Dude, I tell you what, I love nothing more than getting yelled at by a 22-year-old about how evil capitalism is while they're wearing Nike.
Right?
Love that.
Right.
I'm like, that's super cool.
100%.
Good job. You're doing it.
Nailed it.
The slave labor from Nike is great. What you got?
Hey, real quick, just this seems backwards, but Bob, you're on Instagram. TJ's on TikTok.
Heck yeah.
Like,
dude.
I don't know how we ended this
Burn it
that
down.
way.
This is every time we get kicked off of TikTok, I'm the one on TikTok.
Send it.
I am
Say
on your
goodbye
cover
to
graphic
TikTok,
there,
Britt.
You are. I was thinking about that. I was like, that's actually better because I am open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't look at me today, TikTok. I've got way too many accessories on. I've got my accoutrement. Personal.
Oh, JS Genesis Design says, y'all got any gauze? For now.
Stand by. Can I have croutons? Yeah.
Oh boy. Here we go.
No gauze. No gauze whatsoever.
Found some.
Fine. That's alright.
The entire UPS truck was ours.
Another 60 today.
The entire UPS truck was ours. Incoming.
And that's actually that good. Those are abdominal pads. That's what everybody's wanting right now. They can't get.
Can we see that knife with the white handle?
Can you see that knife? You can.
You saw it.
No, it's a knife. It's an old family heirloom. This was made by I don't know, dude. It's a fucking old family heirloom. It's sharp as shit. I cannot break it. I've tried.
Dude, you need to go with my grandpa stole it off a Nazi in the war story.
I think I'd be careful because if it got stolen off of somebody, it's probably Native American. So
Okay.
Cautious.
It's an old
yeah,
colonizer.
yeah, it's a little colonizing.
Listen.
A little too much turquoise in it for me to say it got stolen.
Michaela, hi. Hi, Michaela.
Hi, Michaela.
We got any questions?
Let's see.
Congratulations, person.
You ordered her.
You did
Yes.
it! You got oh my gosh, a great bear min!
This is what we do for your guys' order every time. If you haven't placed one, we're gonna send you a video every time to let you know it's on the way to shipping.
Almost
how we
every
do
time.
it.
Most of the time. Like 98.7% of the time.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Also, I don't know if you heard, but Hamas is attacking the Dimona nuclear facility right now.
Oh yeah. That's
Tackling.
Attacking, yeah.
They
This
probably
is
are.
this is potassium iodide, and it's
Smart.
really good to flood your thyroid with some of this stuff in case there's potential for nuclear fallout. So if you don't have some of this, you might consider getting some.
In the last day and a half, we've seen a 50% depletion in our KIO3. in-house. This is me informing you guys how fast KIO3 is running out of this building.
It's going.
So someone said that they hear that they might need gauze over there. The problem is that we might need gauze here.
Yeah, dog.
So-
I'm gonna keep the gauze for me.
So we ran into this with the beginning of the special military operation in Ukraine, February 24th, 22, when Russia felt froggy and descended into Ukraine.
Yeah, just saying.
Within 72 hours, everything was unobtainium.
Yeah.
Chest seals, decompression needles, pressure bandages. And pressure bandages lasted forever. It took like 8 months to get back to equilibrium with pressure bandages. Tourniquets. What, you want me to project my voice?
Katie Lynn said that I'm really loud and she can barely hear you guys.
Oh,
So
well.
I'm gonna hush my mouth and you guys get louder.
I'm so sorry, Katie Lynn.
That's a good policy, Lauren. But anyway, point is, all this stuff went out of stock because of the war in Ukraine. Within like 72 hours of it kicking off, we are officially on day 5 of this war in Israel, and we are seeing the same types of things with the war in Israel that we saw at the beginning of the war in Ukraine. And you add into that DoD, DLA, Department of Defense and Defense Logistics Agency. The DLA has a $155 billion per year budget. They buy everything.
Everything.
They don't buy hardware. So like they don't buy trucks and planes and bombs and tanks and guns, but they buy uniforms, plate carriers, plates,
Tires, bolts,
yeah, everything else.
fuel line.
And so DLA has $155 billion per year, and every single manufacturer of components that the DoD uses has a contract from the federal government that says that they have to provide stuff to the federal government first,
Yep.
and then to everybody else. And especially in times of war, that's great, because we don't want our men and women who are in the service to go over there and die because they didn't have a tourniquet.
Yep.
But what we do on this side is we stockpile inventory so that when things like this happen, you can still get stuff, because everybody else is sending it to Israel or
Yep.
to Ukraine or to Washington,
They
D.C.
started dropping pallets 2 days ago.
or Africa. Oh, by the way, keep an eye on the Sahel, where we're now up to like coup number 30 this year in Africa. It's like wars or rumors of wars, man.
Dude, that'd be so weird.
It is.
That'd be so
Famine,
weird.
plague, and disease.
Yeah.
Earthquakes in diverse places.
No, but the Euphrates has dried up.
There's also not a biblical sign in conjunction with an appointed time coming up in the spring.
No.
So that eclipse is nothing. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
You don't need gauze. Don't worry about it.
It's fine, guys. Turn the TV on, put the headphones in, chill out, listen to some whatever. You're good. You're good. Guys, a bunch of people have asked already today. Yes, it is happening. We are doing the massive giveaway. Can you show them this? Because I can't lift this all up.
Like,
You know,
that's not even all of it.
This is
That's
all
what's
of
so
it.
crazy.
The rifle's not in
Hold
here.
on, guys. All right.
the jelly bean.
Yeah,
The jelly bean launcher's not in here. We'd never call it a rifle.
It's an airsoft rifle.
Yeah, airsoft bean 5.56. So you got your plate carrier with ceramic level 4 plates. We got a full respiratory set for mirror safety, and this is actually really awesome. They built this for natural disasters and fires, something that definitely we could be dealing with. A little nutrient survival food pack. You got like all your bug out EDC gear, some soap, right in the rain utensils, silky saws, signal mirrors,
There's like, this is full of stuff.
Jocko Hydrate. Dude, like Surefire lights are in here. I mean, this is a hell of a giveaway. We got a
Got
couple of
books.
books. So this is from Pastor Joe Fox, Survivalist Family, Prepared Americans for a Strong America, Keep Moving, Keep Shooting from Clay Novak. 2 awesome, awesome books. Ton of insight in there. We got an Arc, Dangler, and Ranger Green to match your plate carrier. A couple of like boonie hats, stuff like that. Like I said, the food kit there. There's like woobies and blankets at the bottom. And then you got the huge Squatch pack too that you can use as a bug out bag for whatever you may need.
I just realized I
So
stood in front of them. Sorry, guys.
This is like a 50-liter pack, 55-liter pack.
Those are awesome.
They're unbelievable. And this one is internally framed. It's not externally framed. I like that. The bottom is shown a little bit, but there's a lot of padding right here on the frame. So it supports it really well. As well as it's not a super wide pack. The last thing you want on a pack, you want it the same width as your shoulders, Because if you're entering into the doorway, you don't want to like go through the doorway and be like, huh, oh no, I stuck on bag, right? That'd be a bad time. We want to be able to fluidly move through spaces, and we don't want to get hung up on trees and branches and all that stuff. So this is a really well thought out pack. It was made in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't like supporting other countries that don't like us. Because you guys are weird and mean.
And
All right.
trying to kill us.
Sorry our politicians are gay.
Someone asked if they can still. Someone asked if they can still enter to win. Unfortunately, no.
Nope. But you can pay attention because we may have another giveaway coming.
Also, it's too warm for this
Cover garment.
cover garment, so I'm just letting you know, if you value your TikTok presence, maybe don't point it down at personal defense devices.
I don't know who to look at. Like
Communist bastards.
the crazy.
Yeah, I'm talking about you, TikTok, communist bastard.
The crazy thing about our giveaways,
I get us kicked off of TikTok.
like they start awesome, but then like it just seems like every week we're like, oh, so and so wants to join, or like now we're adding this, and it gets just ridiculous.
It was super funny. This giveaway started with a bug out bag. We were gonna build a bug out bag, and then like we were talking, and TJ's like, man, it'd be cool, like get a chest rig or a plate carrier in there. I'm like, dude, it would be cool if we did that. That'd be a sweet bug out here. And then we just started thinking, we're like, well, what else? What do I have for my bug out here? And I was like, well, I definitely have a jelly bean launcher. I definitely have a gas mask. I definitely have all this other stuff. So that's kind of how this all came to be. I mean, we looked at a bunch of people who I guess are kind of professional preppers.
I mean, I know a guy that's done like 6,000 pieces of content on preparedness.
Okay.
Mostly because he lives that way.
Yeah, but did he make his living off of that?
Yeah, he has.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that would be like a professional prepper?
Yeah, he also spends somewhere between 2 and 3 months per year training.
Huh.
So, yeah.
Well, that'd be weird.
Yeah, it's an insignificant amount of time.
Yeah, so we asked nobody that knew nothing, and that's where we got all of our insight. Don't forget, guys, CAG is fighting a good fight.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, I called that on the brief this
Yeah,
morning.
you did.
Did I not?
Yeah,
I
you
called
did.
it on the brief
Yeah, you
this
did.
morning. And then the Daily Mail, like 15 minutes ago, was like, Delta Force and SEAL Team 6 are in Israel rescuing American hostages. And we were talking about that. Like, those are dog whistles. They don't call themselves Delta Force and SEAL Team 6 anymore because of the publicity around those names. Like, most people know nothing about those organizations, and so like they don't know what they're actually called. But anyway, called out this morning. There are operators, and actually, to be completely fair, PJ called it yesterday.
we got it. We got kicked off TikTok.
Nice.
Live access removed.
We
Woo!
did it!
Alright, we did it, got it. What's the time on that?
Somebody get me a gun. We're up.
Careful, YouTube loses their shit.
Yeah,
too.
YouTube's like, well, do it. Do it, Bob.
It's a water gun. What's the big deal? Oh, did you mention the fact that there's an Adams Arms AR with a red dot sight and a Mantis Blackbeard system that's
No,
going in
no,
this?
Jelly bean launcher.
Sorry, you're right. You're right.
Sorry. Yeah, so Adams Arms Jelly Bean Launcher, chambered into the 5.56 Jelly Bean, coming with a red dot sight. I think it's just a SIG Romeo.
You
But
say
It's just a
Romeo.
SIG Romeo. Like,
We're good.
dog?
We're good.
Okay.
there's a little dog. Oh my gosh, there's a little black dog.
Okay, I don't know what its race
Come
is.
get that dog.
Come get that dog! Come get that dog! Is that just a wild dog?
It's just like a little dog.
That's a
Hey, we're running a business over here.
We're on a live stream. Lauren just left for a dog. She just saw a random stray dog was gone. She forgot we were on the internet live.
Sorry, yeah.
What color is that laptop?
I mean, it's silver, but this is green. Oh, I forget. Yeah, it's green. What does it look like to you?
It looks green. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Wait a
I
minute.
didn't know laptops came in that color.
You saw this?
Listen, I'm colorblind, not retarded.
Wait a minute, though. Like, but.
He's been looking at a green color.
I got 40 years of figuring this shit out.
He couldn't possibly know what.
These are orange.
Nice. That's, yeah. Okay.
TJ wakes up one morning, has full spectrums of color, all the
Now,
cones.
see, these though, I think they're tan, but they could also be green.
They're
those are
tan.
Okay,
Yeah.
see? Here we go.
They got rejected because it's
I noticed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, as always, it's the HQ Q&A. So this is an awesome time for you guys to ask questions. You got the Bearman and me, and then the Refuge team here as a resource, you know, for the next 30-ish minutes for whatever you guys may need. So ask those questions. What do you got, Lauren?
KL says that she thinks you're lying about being colorblind.
Again, I'm colorblind, not retarded.
So
Conspiracy.
Alex Storm would like to know, have we gotten the scissors yet?
What's the scissors? Have we got
I think he's talking about our trauma shears.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Have we got, it's okay, Bob's back. Have we gotten the shears yet?
No. No, we haven't. And that's probably going to continue to be more challenging now, especially because the majority of American steel is about to go to other things.
What is this?
How many boogies are left in stock? How many boogies are in stock?
I can tell you what I
Enough. If you need some, get them now while you can.
They have gauze in them. Sorry, I'm yelling. I'm right in front of the phone. My bad, guys. My bad.
Is this supposed to be a challenge?
What?
This 50 pounder?
Yeah.
Is a challenge?
That's supposed to be 50 pounds?
It's 50 pounds of pressure.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah. 50
TJ
pounds.
breaks it. Like, it
Yeah,
just...
Phelps got like a 100 pounder over there too. It's super sweet.
I gotta go check that one out.
Yeah.
And if I get a yearly physical, I recommend everybody get a yearly physical, right? And they test your grip strength. And at the time, my shoulder was busted and 181 pounds.
Really?
And the nurse was like, oh my God. So keep it in your pants. So
Yeah. Hey, calm down, Ava.
what do you got?
What kind of medical kit do you suggest for a 2-person household?
So, what does your household do? If your household is adventurous, you do a lot of risky things, adventure kit. If your household's not that adventurous and you're on a budget, I'd recommend the bare minimum because you've got trauma capability as well as boo-boo capability. And you can't go wrong with the freaking Bear Fact, man. There's a reason it's our #1 bestseller, and it's because it's just
It's a game.
phenomenal.
It is. All right, so you got, here's your adventure bag here, and then here's a Bearman 2.0. And so this is like the beefed up version of this here.
So the original, the first ever adventure kit lives on top of my fridge in my house, and I have used it dozens of times. Like before we even offered an adventure kit here, it was the prototype for that. And I've used it on dogs, I've used it on people, I've used it on little people, children, I've used it on sheep. I think we even used it on a cow one time. Like it just does everything. So whether you're like four-wheeling in the back country or just driving to work or, you know, riding your bicycle or whatever, or you're in the Gaza Strip right now, like it'll do it. It's a great kit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Kids say.
I don't think they say that.
I don't know. I'm not kidding.
Dennis, what do the kids say when something's like true?
No cap?
No cap? Or facts? Do they still say facts? Facts? Okay. So
Facts
there you
is
go.
fine.
You heard it here first, guys. No cap and facts are how you know if something's true on these streets. Or in these streets? I just
This
don't know.
is not a street.
Damn it.
That's a street. What do you got?
This is an interesting question. Would potassium iodide help with radiation after flying on a plane?
No.
It's not the same
Nope.
type of radiation,
No, it's
correct?
not the same type of radiation, and also it is not something that you take proactively. It's not a prophylactic. You take it within 4 hours of being exposed to nuclear radiation to flood your thyroid with good radiation rather than bad radiation.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it also, from what I understand, and somebody who's way smarter than me explained this to me, and I can be stupid and misunderstand, but everything else is going to be exposed to radiation. So that's like your food, your water, and everything like that. So taking that KIO3 also is going to allow your thyroid to process anything else that you then ingest that could have been exposed to radiation as well. So like the days after, right, are going to matter for KIO3.
Well, and you take it for 14 days
Yeah.
minimum. So it's not like you pop 2 pills when you're good.
No.
Once you start a course of it, you take it for 14 days. I have IOSAT in my rucksack in the truck for that reason. So, and remember the good old days when you could get IOSAT?
Yeah, dude.
That was great stuff,
Yeah, you
man.
still, I mean, if you know the right homies.
I might have a tote full of IOSAT in my car.
I believe you.
Yes.
You got one.
12C said, on the boogies, tell my wife about, he wants you to talk about them because they're about to place an order.
Oh,
So-
what's in a boogie? Nothing. They're useless. I wouldn't recommend getting one. Basically, it's just trash. No capability whatsoever. Overpriced. Chinese manufactured. It's just trash.
So you got
False.
5.
Sorry.
See ya. So this is your boogie right here. It's a smaller than my hand, right? You can throw this in a purse. You can put it on a keychain. T's mentioned it a couple times. It's not like an operator's med pack, okay? This is a sweet little med kit that you can have for, you know, a little bit of utilization inside of your day pack, inside of your work bag or your glove box, whatever it may be, right? So to deploy it, you grab, you pull, right? Super duper easy. And inside here, you've got a assortment of different goods, right? So of course you've got like rolled gauze, some gloves, you got boo-boo wipes. You also have an S-mark bandage, okay? You could use that as an improvised tourniquet or a child tourniquet. You also have duct tape and plastic. You could use that as a chest seal. You've got some Band-Aids.
Pressure bandage as well.
Pressure bandage as well with that S-mark. And so you've got a trauma capability that's kind of like incognito with everyday usage items, right? That are just very practical. Kid falls on the playground, wrap it up with a little gauze. You need some ibuprofen, it's in your bag. You need a Band-Aid, it's right here. So it's the boogie. You know?
So the main reason I wanted to come out with that was because it's a great handshake, and like initial offering to somebody you want to be a little bit more prepared or get them to start thinking about medical. It's like $30, right? And so it doesn't cost a lot of money, it doesn't take up a lot of room, and it's very it's easily stowable.
Oh yeah.
You can, like, every rucksack on planet Earth should have room for that in it.
Yep.
Some of the purses I've seen women carry definitely have room for that. It'll fit in a glove box. You can hang it on the handlebars of a bike.
Yep.
You know, and so, or your day bag or whatever. And kids' backpacks, phenomenal. And the idea is that I might not be able to talk somebody initially into here's why you need a bear pack, but if I can get them this kit and then they see the utility in it, they begin to use it, they start to understand, oh, it's nice to have stuff that I need now at my fingertips. Cool, well maybe you should check out the bare minimum or the adventure kit or whatever else. So
something I do, and I know you do this too, we got a lot of preppers on here. I prep for other people.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the Father has put me in a position of stewardship, and so he's not going to be like, okay, you have nobody now. It just doesn't sound like him. And so with that, this is an awesome prep because it costs $30. You take $300, you buy 10 of these, and now you've got some sort of first aid that you can toss to people, right? Even if they're not like your brother, your sister, they could be a random guy, but like that random guy deserves first aid too, especially if he's in your community. So, hey man, this is really utilizable. I'll show you a demonstration how you can do it, and you know, you 10 people take these.
You just made me think of something too that I hadn't thought about as an application for that. Refugee buckets.
Oh yeah.
It's like a big deal.
Throw that in the refugee bucket with a soft tea or a cat.
Oh yeah, man.
And like you're good. They have med now in the refugee bucket. It's cost you what, $60?
Yep.
60 bucks, dude. That's a W right there. Like it really is. I didn't think about that either. That's a good call.
What do you got, Lou?
I've got a couple of questions about buckets.
Buckets.
When will the wound care bucket be back in stock? When will the surgical bucket ship, and is the surgical bucket still available for pre-order?
So, let me do my best to answer those questions. Surgical buckets are going to ship any day now. We're waiting on the APLS blankets to come in from the manufacturer. The APLS blankets are a Mylar blanket on one side at the same time that they were a great product.
Yep.
And back to what I was saying earlier, a lot of these manufacturers, if something is adopted by the U.S. military, they are obligated contractually to fulfill that first.
Yep.
So, that being said, we should have our APLS blankets this week. And when we get them, well, it's the only thing on some of these surgical buckets that are remaining to go out. That's it. Stick a blanket in them, ship them. So, they're coming, and I'd say probably within 3 to 5 days they should be going out. As far as, is the surgical bucket still available for pre-order? I don't know. Is it?
I stopped it right now just because we don't have a lead time on more APLSs.
They are stopped for pre-order right now because the APLS blankets we have coming will allow us to fill existing orders. If we get more than we need, then we'll make it available again. And when will the wound care bucket be back in stock? The wound care bucket has 4 things in it: gauze, tape, gloves, disinfectant. Keyword gauze. So we just had a bunch of gauze come in. And we got to inventory that gauze. We need to fill existing orders first, and then if we can make more, we'll make more. And a picture says 1,000 words, so here comes Bob holding that.
So this is the wound care buckets right now. Guys, that's not cardstock, okay? That is the thinnest paper that we can fit in our damn printer, okay? So our printer is hotter than Israel right now.
Hey, so
The
we,
emphasis
for
on the
first
H.
time ever,
Hotter.
made the printer the other day go into like shutdown mode.
Yeah, the printer was like, I'm out.
Yeah, it's like went into self-preservation mode. Which praise Yah and thanks to y'all. But we again, I will reiterate again. Right now, for us on this side of the camera, it feels almost identical
Yep.
to 3 days after the Ukraine war started.
Yep.
Lots of orders coming in, which we're very thankful for. Lots of vendors going out of stock on incredibly basic things like gauze.
Yep.
What do you got, Lauren?
Okay, couple of things. Can someone order the surgical bucket and take the blanket out and get it without the blanket?
Not
we-
currently.
Okay.
Email sales@refugemedical.com or admin@refugemedical.com, and we might be able to horse trade on something like that. But we don't have a build in our system for the bucket without the blanket currently.
Do we train volunteer firefighters?
Yep. Sales@refugemedical.com or sales@refugetraining.com.
If you're like a volunteer firefighter and you're like, man, I need to get trained ASAP, we have a class. It's in Spiro, Oklahoma at the end of October. You should go and sign up for that class. That's what we have in the store right now, and we don't know when we're putting the next class.
But Bob, what makes that class so different than literally any other class we've ever done?
So the first thing is it's here. It's at home base. It's on our turf.
Right over there.
It's right there.
Right over there.
Right. And with that, we have a little bit more control, and we'll be working some specialty stuff into it. Another thing that makes it really cool is we're going to gather the day before a Satanic High Holy Day, and we're going to pray that stuff away from our community, because we work together for a God that is God and doesn't pretend. And then the third reason that I think it's so cool is after all of that, we're going to have a big house party. We're going to have a barbecue and stuff. We're going to hang out with people. You can come meet the team, come meet the trainers, come meet the staff, come see the building. Don't be weird. You'll get weirdness in return. But yeah, all those three reasons, like there's so many times that I see people email in, oh man, if I could just come visit and talk to you guys and ask some questions, or if we could just go in fellowship. Well, come on then. You know, we got this barbecue for y'all. I think we're going to do brisket.
Mm-hmm.
What me and Naham were talking about today.
The hum, huh?
The Ham.
You guys were discussing.
Yeah, I figured it would be easier if we outsourced instead of trying to cook food for all these people.
I like it.
Texas Sheep Lady said, can I order buckets and have you keep them at Refuge Medical until I can pick them up? Probably before the end of the month.
I think we can do that.
Yeah, I would just email. That's one of those things where it's like, yeah, well, guys, we will do whatever we can for our customers. We love you guys. Like,
Yep.
we've done some really weird stuff, but we have. We've traded shit. I have 2 silver doubloons.
So
like,
my
here's an
favorite
SOB.
thing, dude, with Caleb House, when people show up to donate, we actually have a Caleb House treasure box.
Yep.
Because they're like, here's some real money. Gold, silver, platinum. And I'm like, at first I was like, platinum? That's cool. And then I Googled it. I was like, holy shit. Nobody touched the platinum.
Nobody look at it. That's why they say that that's a platinum record.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Yeah. But yes, just shoot us an email, Texas Sheep Lady. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I
You're
did.
good, bro.
I apologize.
Hit the chat too. Heath will probably see it.
Yep.
He's probably in a car right now.
He's almost home.
He's like missing the chat. He's like, where's the chat?
He's
They
got
were at
like,
a conference.
he's got the ringing, the iPhone ringing PTSD thing. You know what I mean? Like he's out in public and he's like, is that the Refuge phone? Who can I help?
At Walmart running around looking for the red phone. I heard
Someone wants to know when is the next drawing and how do we apply?
So the next drawing is, we don't know.
The big promo right now is we have stuff in the midst of 2 wars.
Yep.
We have stuff in stock.
That's the promo code is in stock.
This hasn't sold yet.
Yeah, that's the promo.
That's here.
right now.
And this is also here. So that's cool.
Yep.
You know.
And there's praise God. All of this is inventory that we own,
Yeah.
that we bought and paid for already in the hopes to be able to turn around and sell it to people like you. Unlike most other business models, which is they receive the order, then they place an order with their supplier. Then when the stuff arrives from the supplier, they bring it in, then they process your order and send it out to you. Or they do the drop shipment method, is you place an order at their website. They don't have anything in stock. It goes to a third party, and there's one of them that makes 80% of all the first aid kits on the market, and I unfortunately can't tell you who they are.
But they suck. No, I'm just
when
kidding.
You're like, oh, I like this guy's first aid kit. It all comes from the same place, people.
Yep, it's the
Unless
same
it's
shit.
ours, it all comes from the same place. They pack them up, and then they turn around, they drop ship it to you.
Yep.
And then you're like, wow, well, this other prepper on the internet, I love his first aid kit. Like, I know exactly. I can put a pin on the map and show you where that came from, because that's where all the rest of them come from as well.
Yeah, we can all see it.
Yep.
Hey, y'all want to know something funny? So 12C said that he and his wife were about to buy that, and she commented on Instagram. She's like, "I'm so glad that we are about to make a purchase."
Quote unquote. Yeah, so that
My
wasn't.
wife uses a boogie.
So that was Jake and Aaron.
Oh my
that's
gosh.
so funny.
Should we like announce the winner?
No, not yet.
No. Okay.
Don't make
Okay.
me sweat. Something that is, I want to give you guys some insight. We got a lot of people that are here that haven't been here for a long time, like over a year. So last year, when the Ukraine war kicked off, right, or whenever it was, 16 months ago or whatever, the executive team here at Refuge made a really, really scary, hard call. They took all of the liquid they had, right, or we took all the liquid we had, and we put it into inventory, so that we would never have to do what we did during COVID Ukraine again. And now we're seeing this thing pop off in the Middle East, right? And potentially America, right? And we're in such a different position for y'all. I can't express that enough. Like, that stack that I showed you for buckets, we had for every single kit
Yep.
at the start, or right before Ukraine.
Yep.
And so now we get to see that, you know, buckets are crazy, but that's because we did this awesome giveaway, you know, all those people, but that was before the war. Now it's first aid kits, and we still have them for y'all. So I would definitely, if you haven't gotten it, get it.
Well, I also want to point out, we operate a real business.
Yeah.
And what I mean by a real business is we're not like influencers that are directing you towards a funnel so that you can buy a product that is then drop shipped to you. We own every single piece of inventory under this building. Bought and paid for, it's ours. We have, clearly there are real people that work here. There's 23 families that earn a paycheck from this organization directly or indirectly. We have four different manufacturing facilities. Fulfillment is right here. Shipping is right on the other side of this wall. When you pick up the phone and talk to a person, it's one of these people in this room. Like, it's a real business, and there are really hundreds of thousands of dollars in inventory sitting underneath this roof.
Yup.
Intentionally, so that we can respond in situations like this.
Yeah.
Rather than, sorry, we're out of stock for the next 8 months because there's a war in Israel.
So I'm gonna show you this because it's really cool. So that's a picture of medical supplies inside of a bus.
Yep.
Okay, so this is from, I'm not going to say what state, this is from a state police force.
Dressing.
They have been buying medical supplies and stashing it, as well as now officially as today, their SWAT medical coordinator said that the entire team is running Refuge for IFAX.
Wow.
Yeah, so we are, we now are the sole medical kits for that entire state's SWAT medics.
Yep.
So like, that's who trusts our kits. That's who's listening to us. Like, we're not trying to take over the minivan mom market, right? I think that's important, and I know you think that's important. But if you look at the end user of our stuff, it is the people that will save lives. And mom in the minivan can be that.
So the way that works, and it's super cool, is that all of our kits are developed for real end users. And then if they're literally good enough for SEAL Team 6, they're good enough for you.
Yep.
They're good enough for me. Our crash kit was designed for Baja racing 1,000 miles at a stretch at 140 miles an hour in the desert. It'll work in a minivan.
It will.
It'll work in a pickup truck. Ask me how I know.
Yep.
Right? And so the extreme use cases for all of these kits, they've all been tested in extreme use cases, in some cases for years, and they haven't failed, which is how I can come over here to the civilian side and say, I can guarantee unconditionally this kit because if Special Forces isn't breaking our stuff, neither are you.
Yeah, no.
And so.
And if you do, like, we're just gonna replace it because you're probably stupid. Like,
Or like, on the rare occasion, we've had like 2 kits in the last year come back where the stitching was weird.
Yeah.
And there was a slight failure, and like, dude, that's totally our bad. Here's another one.
right. Not even a question.
And so, and that's why we encourage, if there's a failure on a kit, like, please reach out. I want to know.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure it never happens again because somebody's life is going to be on the line if we have to use this kit. I need it to be the best kit possible. And so we get real end user feedback from some of the most badass people on planet Earth who are using our stuff to save lives in service, right? Like in the line of duty, bullets are flying, and they're like, we're good, we got Refuge stuff. And so if it's good enough for Delta, it's good enough for SEAL Team 6, it's good enough for us when we're LARPing in the woods.
Heck yeah.
Oki said something pretty cool, talking about the boogie, I almost said buggy, putting it in Ian's purse and giving it away to someone while they're out.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Bless somebody.
yeah, bless somebody with it, get their mind on preparedness. And then also, I mean, they're going to be like, who's Refuge Medical? And they're going to go look into it. And they're like, maybe I should look into having medical
Well,
stuff.
that's a really cool idea, especially like if you're at the playground or something, and like the kid falls off the slide and skins
Bro.
the knee. Like, not only do I have a Band-Aid for you, hey man, here's the kit, hold on to it, it's
Yeah.
$30.
Yeah. When you think about it, our mission statement is to save lives while in service to the Father's kingdom, right? Like, that can definitely look like, I'm gonna serve this random person and bless them with their first aid kit. You know, $30 blessing is pretty palatable.
This is really cool, and I relate to this. The name is just Season. She said, so glad I'm able to listen to these now. It only took my husband a year of telling me, cough, cough, I submit, Lord. Haha, grateful for the wisdom. I was also that wife. So I did not like TJ when I first heard Heath when he was his 10th subscriber, and I was like, who is this asshole? Now I'm like, that's my brother, you know, so.
If you guys ever want a throwback and to appreciate the Bear Independent channel, last night, and my wife can attest to this, I sat and I was doing research and doing some intel work, and I was listening to a Bear video from 4.5 years ago. I think you were in the truck, and you were talking to me about something that I needed to do. But you said shit that you say today.
Yep.
And that's the big thing is like, we try not to shift. A double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways, right? Says the word. And so, like, it doesn't matter if it's the Bear Independent channel and TJ, you know, teaching you guys how to be more prepared, or if it's here at Refuge. We try to be consistent. And, like, we're allowed to change our opinions. And when we do, we tell you why. Hey, I was wrong.
Yep.
I learned something new, right? So definitely appreciate that.
Can a cat tourniquet and or 2 chest seals be squeezed into the boogie for extra capability?
Yes. Well, not with
No.
the
All
other
the
stuff
stuff
in
that's
it.
in it.
I thought you meant like just the outer shell.
You can fit a tourniquet and chest seals in there for sure. But, so here's the thing. For extra capability, so what's in your pocket, right? There's a soft tee, right? And depending on the day, I've got a whole bunch of stuff in my pocket. The boogie is not designed for that. It is not a trauma first aid kit. Now, if I know what I'm doing and I've got duct tape, Curlix, rolled gauze, and an S mark, I can make it do trauma stuff, but that's not what it's designed for. That's not what I designed it for. And that's because a lot of y'all clamor for, like, hey, we need more basic first aid kits. You know, I was rightfully chastised like a year ago. They're like, dude, if I want to get Band-Aids from Refuge, I have to buy a stump bag.
Yep.
It's the only kit that has Band-Aids in it. It's like, oh, that's a good call.
Yeah, that tracks.
Because I'm me, I don't use Band-Aids.
Right.
I use electrical tape.
Yep.
Like, even on my kids.
Yeah. I have seen your child like have an ETD secured with electrical tape before. That has happened.
Yep.
I've witnessed that.
What you got, Lord?
Is there a contingency plan for responder 1 through 3 until city in case Friday, October 13th proves eventful?
So, great question. here's what I will tell you. As of right now, I am slated to be on a national media tour starting this coming Sunday for 10, 12 days after that. I haven't canceled my plans. If I cancel my plans, I will very clearly cancel Refuge's plans, and we'll figure out what that looks like for people who have already paid for the class. We were also, and I want to remind people of this, we were also doing classes during COVID.
Yep.
We were doing classes when the Ukraine war kicked off.
Yep.
We, like, wise as a serpent, then gentle as a dove. So we're supposed to be wise. And the prudent man foreseeth evil and hideth himself. Well, foreseeth evil where? Ukraine? Okay, I've been foreseeing that for 18 months. Foreseeth evil in Israel? Okay, been watching that for 5 days now. Now, if Indianapolis is on fire, yeah, we need a plan for what we're doing in Tell City. It's not on fire, praise Yah. Nowhere in the continental United States is on fire, praise Yah. What do you got?
Okay, Bob. Chicken Farmer Plus is asking if you would hand deliver his bucket, and then he gave $49.99 for gas.
We can't get to you from here. I know where you live.
Yeah, he's far. He's like in Missouri.
When you hand deliver my
No. I mean, I love you, but no.
Now, however, somebody might be able to. Totally.
Also, oil's at $120 a barrel, man. I don't know if 50 will cut it.
You do not need to be present to win this. If we draw your name, you will be emailed.
Yep, and probably called and all that stuff. We're about to do it here in a minute.
Yeah. Oh, it's about that time.
Let's just do it.
All right, are you ready?
The funk is so rubber.
Dude, the funk is so rubber right about now, dude. That's the winner right there. You want to open it? Or you want to
Oh, this is. I'll do it.
You give me a drum roll. All right, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Refuge HQ, we have the giveaway winner. I have the envelope here.
Who is it, Bob?
Hold on.
I love Ren's crazy eyes.
Keel Roth, maybe.
Keel Roth?
Keel Roth.
Is that a word?
Kielroath.
Okay.
I want to be excited right now, but I'm confused with this name.
Hey, man, that's Keel Roth.
Keel
Kill
Roth.
Road!
Hey!
You are the winner of an Adams Arms AR-15 jelly bean launcher.
It's not here. Why are you looking for it?
I don't
Like,
know. I was like, oh shit.
Airsoft.
Freedom dispenser. Then we got the bug out bag with all the goodies in it. We got the level 4 plate carrier with ceramics. We got the mirror safety fire kit, nutrient survival, little food bug out kit, all the goodies, your bug out essentials, surefire lights, first aid kit, the ARC, which is a
Dude,
freaking.
there's so much shit.
There's so much shit in here. Silky saw. All of this great stuff is coming to you in a big box. We hope you never have to freaking use it. I hope you LARP in the woods and have fun with your buddies.
Are you gonna do the thing like I do on Patreon, where you have 72 hours to claim your prize?
oh my gosh, that would be crazy.
I do it on Patreon
Let's
all
do
the
it.
time.
And
People
one
Oh.
time went 3 months.
We'll implement it. We've never lasted, but we'll implement it. So right now it's 1:46 p.m. Central, Wednesday, October 11th. So if the winner does not claim it by Friday at 1:47, we will do another drawing.
Okay, so do I have permission to post that they won and name them?
Yep.
Okay.
Of course.
All right, I will be doing that.
You gotta name it and claim it, sister.
Keel Road.
Wait, sorry, that's false doctrine.
Yeah. Name it and claim it.
Name it and claim it.
I don't think that's.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to raise all this money for so I can fly to Zimbabwe and preach the word. Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
I need water.
Guys, if you want to win a giveaway like this giveaway was thousands of dollars. We tried to set you up with a
TJ.
full bug out setup, right? So everything from your self-defense weapons to your defense equipment to your offensive equipment, whatever it may be. We tried to set you up for it, as well as a little bit of sustainment and a little bit of field care. If you like these type of giveaways, we need that feedback, right? So feel free to email in and say, hey man, I'm really excited for the next giveaway, or message us and say, hey, I'm really excited for the next giveaway. So that way we know that you guys are getting something out of this. The main thing that we want is for people to be prepared right? We want to arm the American people with knowledge and with capability in TACMed, so that way they're successful. You know, if something bad were to happen near them, right? And that's the big thing.
Just really fast. We had someone say, and you have about 3 seconds. Tourniquet check.
Tourniquet check. Go.
Ren, tourniquet check.
Right on, left,
Look, I'm checked. I have it.
Right leg.
Right leg.
right.
Kiss my ass, right leg.
Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast.
People with all these. Who was it? Was it Jake?
Oh, let's see.
It
Hold
was
on.
Jake, wasn't it?
Police your pockets. Police your pockets.
Nathaniel Bowman.
I'm not taking all the shit out of
I
my
came up with the
phone.
right leg, though. You're welcome.
I carry so much stuff.
The right leg is
Pocket,
all
it's
Lauren.
ridiculous.
Yeah, dude.
Right leg.
You want to know something interesting? When we were doing land nav during Sukkot, and then we had to do the whole tourniquet on your leg and then walk across, right? The first time I was like, this is not like painful enough. Like I didn't get it tight enough. So the next time, like when I got to the end, I
got it
took it
tight
off and I
enough?
reset it and I was like, oh,
There it is.
okay.
There she blows.
Yeah.
How many times do I have to say
with that tourniquet
it's
on.
one turn past bad words? There we go.
Well,
Hey,
we
you
can't
want my
see
damn-
you. We need.
Look at that. Look at that American meat right there.
Oh
Yeah?
my god.
That is raw Germanic power.
I'm telling you what.
TJ's always trying to throw his thighs on the screen.
Listen, you gotta,
First of all, you're welcome.
yeah. You gotta work with what you got, okay? It's not my fault I can max out the leg press machine at the gym.
It's not your
Yeah,
fault. You
that's-
can literally press a skid.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I've seen you.
Oh, you're tournament checking too?
Like
You're
2
not
days
even
after
on the
I met
camera.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, also,
Hey, look,
Heath.
Heath is
Hi,
back.
Heath
Yay.
And I'm
Hey,
tourniquet checking, guys.
Where
We
have
got
you been,
through.
Heath? Where did you go?
So we went to Little Rock, Arkansas for a SWAT convention.
Nice.
Established and built a ton of really solid relationships that I think will be really good across the board.
Awesome.
The world's effed up right now.
No. Really?
He's like, things are bad. I'm like,
That was like the calmest way you could have said that.
Yeah.
Like, are you high? Did you come to work high?
I wish.
Hey, man. The world's really effed up right now.
Oh my gosh.
Also,
Oh,
I
all
ate
right.
an eighth of shrooms.
I don't think it'd be so calm if you did that.
It's like the total opposite of Bob.
what color red is that eye? Is that refuge? Is that refuge red? Is that?
Oh my gosh.
Red with reflective.
You judge it by the shade.
Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah.
All right.
All right, so we got 9 more minutes, so we have a couple more minutes for Q&A. Guys, we made the whitetail, or actually all the Origin outer pouches available. Some of you guys reached out, you're like, hey, I've already got an
That was
SOB,
my
but
water.
I'd love to run like Origin Western or Origin Highland. Cool, dude, no problem. Go ahead, go to the website, grab your outer and inner pouch. You'll be good to go. You don't have to get the whole kit. Now you can just grab the outers. So we wanted to make that available.
Hey.
You can go in the wrong way. Oh, it's not even attached. That's cool.
When in doubt, question it out. Has anything else happened crazy on the 7 minutes, or 70 minutes we've been live?
Oh, I saw this. Have you guys seen that stupid heart thing's in the way? The Alien Gear holster tourniquet strap. What are your thoughts? Have you seen that, Bob? Heath, did you see that? I saw it. So it's a gun holster, right? And you are able to just like say you get shot in the leg, the holster itself turns into a tourniquet. First thoughts, I'm not gonna lie, based this on I read the comments, but someone was like, cool, you have a tourniquet for one part of your body. You can't use it on any other part of your body. And if it's Chinesium, it's probably gonna break anyway.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna go really quick. As a dude who runs drop leg holsters, I've run Blackhawk, I've run Safari Land, I've run T-Rex Arms, I've run full drops, mid drops, extended on the leg.
Right.
That's gonna fail. It's not if, it is.
What's failing?
China's making a tourniquet that's attached to a holster, so that way you can automatically deploy it from your drop leg holster and use it as a tourniquet.
Well, I don't know if
First
it's
of all-
Chinese.
First of all, gay. Second of all, high and tight. Third, who is running a drop leg holster? Like, are you operationally operating like an operator? Oh, people don't even know. All right, diatribe time. People don't even know where the drop leg came from. The British SAS started with the drop leg so they could get it down below their belt line so that they had room with their war belts and their armor to get the gun out so they could use it. Because when it's up here, you're going to have interferences with all that shit. So now you see guys that go with the full war belt and the drop leg and all that stuff, and they're running, and they don't know what rotational mass is because they put 2 pounds of gun on the side of their hip, and they never run.
Pops on the
they never
ground.
Train, especially with all their shit on. So they get out on the range, and they're like, I got a Serpa level 19, it'll never come out, and oh shit, where did my gun go? Stupid!
So stupid.
I'm just listen. I know a lot of people whose job it is to run towards the gunfire and make sure bad shit happens to bad people. Zero of them are using drop leg holsters right now. Doesn't mean there isn't a place for it.
Maximum. Mid
Yep.
drop.
Doesn't mean there isn't
It
a
doesn't
place
go all
for
the way
it.
down.
But down here, all the rotational mass that you get when it's down here, when you're running, it's just a matter of time before that shit goes all over the place. And if it's down here, I'm not high and tight.
Yep.
So what, I don't want a tourniquet right above the knee. I want it as high up as I can get it on the leg.
Yeah.
Could you fit that on your leg, do you think?
Could I on my leg?
The alien drop, like, can you fit?
No, my legs are huge.
Is it Alien Gear that's doing it?
Yeah.
Here's
Well, I
something.
don't think. I'm sorry if I said Chinesian. I don't think Alien Gear is
No,
Chinese.
I think they're
And I like some of Alien Gear's holsters. My thing, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? And majority of drop legs, like my drop leg holster, my strap comes right here, right? And I have a mid drop. My gun sits right here, but the strap comes right there. Well, the tourniquet's supposed to be here, right? That's a lot of missing real estate, and I have a mid drop, right? Let alone a whole drop leg holster where it actually is Serpa
Yeah.
over your cargo or some shit like that.
Well, and how much shit do you have in your pockets? So now am I actually getting enough pressure on the strap to compress the artery, the bleeding vessel against the inner bone structure, the femur? Probably not.
Yep.
Probably not. So now I've got a false sense of security because I got a tourniquet built into my holster. Also cool, what happens if I get shot in the arm? Hold on, let me take my effing holster off. I'm going to use my Glock as a windlass. Oop, negligent discharge. Shot myself in the neck. But that's okay because I watched the YouTube video, so I'll just put a thumb in it instead of combat gauze.
I'm sure this comes from like a really cool idea too. Like somebody was like, dude, this is gonna fucking work.
Yeah.
Like
is too good
on
not to
paper,
profit
it
off of
sounds
this.
like a great idea. In practice, because you have like the first thing, if you're doing a tourniquet to the leg, you have to police pockets.
Yep.
You
You have to
know,
police the pockets. And so now we're working around a holster in pockets and
Do you know how many holsters I have? I have literally dozens of holsters, some of which I bought, a lot of which have been sent to me because they're like, oh my gosh, it's Bear from the internet. And they're well-intentioned people, right? And they're like, I want to send Bear a holster. And that's awesome. I have so many holsters. I have 2 drop leg holsters. One for a Glock 17 with a TLR 1HL, and one for a Glock 21 with a TLR 1HL. I don't use either of them.
never seen you
ever.
wear it.
Not yeah. And how many times?
Enough.
How many months of training have we spent together?
Enough.
And
Like,
I don't use any of them.
I was talking to a local guy here who makes holsters, and he really wants to make us holsters, right? He makes an awesome tourniquet holster, actually. That's how we started talking.
Yep.
And he was like, what type of holster does TJ want? And I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. TJ runs the same holster that I've always seen him run, and it has like 2 green zip ties attached to it. I think maybe holding it together,
Yep.
but that's what he runs and trusts. And he goes, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, he's not really into whatever you got going
Yep.
because he knows the system and trusts it.
Well-
And that's a big thing is just know your system. Like, am I gonna relearn a whole? I've learned how to run a holster, how to draw with a holster, how to put a tourniquet on with a holster, all these things, and now I'm gonna relearn for this new system that hasn't been combat tested.
Okay, next thing. What about, okay, because we're all kitted up, right?
Yeah.
It's the end of the world. We're all kitted up. We're going to go do some stuff. Except the ROEs for the bad guys are, if they're holding a rifle and or wearing camo, shoot them dead.
Yep.
Oh, that means we got to go low pro now. So now I'm inside the waistband, right? Probably with a leather holster.
Yep.
Guns tucked. You can't see it. And I don't have a tourniquet on my leg. Don't have that at all. Or John Mosby, guerrilla gunfighter. Your draw time matters less than your situational awareness. And then, okay, I can pie off. They're right there. I can present the weapon. get the shot off. And so draw time is shit. Like draw time doesn't matter if your situational awareness is good. Now, you can't maintain 360-degree perfect situational awareness at all times, so yeah, you need to be able to get the gun out and use it. But if I know the problem's over there, it's like, am I gonna sneak up on them like Elmer Fudd with my rifle, and I'm gonna get this close, and then I'm gonna rack the charging handle? No, I'm gonna be ready to go.
I'm hunting
And
terrorists.
in fact, dare I say, let me break another myopic internet paradigm.
That's a shirt right there. Sorry, Elmer Fudd with a rifle. Be very, very quiet.
If I know, okay, like we're doing op 4 or something, and the bad guys are over here, dude, my safety is coming off at the low ready.
Yeah.
So, okay, now it's time to go to work, shoot, and maneuver, and then when I come back down, I'm gonna flip my safety back on as I'm moving. And we do up drills, bring the gun up, safety off, shoot, safety on, back down. So we have that automaticity. That's great. But if we're like fighting, this is my safety. Same thing on my Glock.
Yep.
This is my safety.
Yeah, it's super weird. I never flip the safety off my Glock when I bring it up.
Imagine that.
And it never fucking fires on accident.
Imagine that. So, I don't know, there's a tourniquet built into my holster thing. Just seems like,
So it looks like it's a strap that attaches to your holster, but I was just looking with KL trying to find out how wide is it, because we know we have to have 2 inches. And there's not, I didn't see anything saying like this is a 2-inch wide.
Then regardless, this is just me, I completely understand the idea of like having one item serve many purposes, but if it's my kit like that, I want my tourniquet to be a tourniquet.
Yep.
I want my holster to just be a holster.
Yep. Yeah.
There's certain tangibles that you're just not gonna get away from.
and if I can't have a Committee on TCCC wingless tourniquet, I want one of these.
Yep.
Give me a cravat, because I can make a tourniquet with this, a sling with this, a sling for my rifle with this, a pressure bandage with this, I can pre-filter water with this, I can make char cloth with this, I can use it as a dew-rag, I can collect dew off the grass in the morning and drink from it with this. There's
You
a
use it
thousand
as a
things.
Pre-filter for water.
Yeah, there's 1,000 things I can do with a triangle bandage.
You can even
Right?
burn it.
Yeah.
You use it for, oh, you said that, charcoal.
Also, somebody, I just saw this the other day, somebody made they did it the exact same way you do with a cravat, duct tape, for an improvised tourniquet. Worked really well. Like, that's what you guys should be, like, don't stop adding shit. Like, train with what you have. Like, stop adding new things, because you might have to use them on Friday, I think. Like, just stop.
Dude, we just went to stress-induced survival training. It was amazing. Okay? We learned how to they took all of our live edges away from us. No saws, no knives, no axes, no shovels, nothing. Okay, cut cordage. Okay. Cut wire. Okay, bend wire. How do you get a sharp stick? And let me tell you, when you're in like grizzly territory, and you have no weapons, no firearms, no knives, like a 6-foot stick, you feel like you're like a superhero, right? And so we took the lid of a tuna can. Okay, so I got a can of tuna. Cool, what is it? It's food. What else is it? Right? It's 1,000 other things. It's a container, it's a cutting tool. It can be used as a candle. There's you can use it for signaling. I can make a trap out of this thing. We took the lid of a tuna can and made an ulu, a hand knife out of it, and we made our own meat targets. We had meat wrapped around a stick to show the bone, and then wrapped in t-shirt, and then saran wrapped and duct taped, cutting through 3 inches of meat with that thing in your hand, just in a slashing motion with a tuna can lid, right? And so that's where, when you get too specialized, this is my special thing that I have to have for this special purpose and this special, well, but you don't carry that shit every day.
Nope.
So you're like, are you gonna walk out the door with your special holster that also has a tourniquet built into it? Or do you know if you just give me a piece of cloth, I can do 100 things with a piece of cloth?
I saw a super funny video the other day. It was, I forget who it was from, but like, two dudes are like pulling up to a house, right? And it's like a gun channel, and they're like, holy shit, somebody broke into my house, right? And so like driver takes off, it's his house, and he runs in, and it shows the guy in the passenger seat, and he's having like this moment of thought. He's like, okay, this is the moment. This is what you trained for. This is what everything has led up to. Here we go. Are you ready? Like, it's time to make the decision. While the guy is like going into the house, like starting to clear the house. And then like it shows the passenger, and he's like, okay, it's time. He jumps out of the car, right? And he's like getting his shit on and everything, putting his belt on. He's like, oh yeah, I should bring the nods. And what if they cut the power and all that stuff? He's like, oh, I'll definitely need to have that because that'll look great on the media post. And as he's like grabbing his rifle, he's like, okay, yeah, definitely put the suppressor on because we're inside and we want to make sure that we don't have too much muzzle blast and all that. You hear 3 gunshots. Cow, cow, cow. And he's like, oh my gosh, Jake is probably down. I'm gonna be the only man left. I gotta save Jake's life. Let's go. And like Jake is walking out, like he's like, yeah, I shot him dead. I don't know where my friend is. He was supposed to be with me. He's somewhere on the property right now. You're gonna need to roll EMS. And the guy runs up. He's like, I'm here. I'm ready. And he's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, fight's over.
Fight's over, bro. Like so many times we're like, oh, if I could just, and if I had, and then, dude, what can you do right now? What can you do right now? What are you capable of?
This is a pretty good question from Phenomenons. What preparedness items are in most limited supply or have been made completely unavailable due to the civilian market due to recent massive government acquisitions and reservations?
I'll tell you what, if you're not stocking ammo right now, you're retarded.
Yep.
Medical equipment is drying up fast. How do I know? I own refugemedical.com. The Berkey water filters. Are you not handing me?
I am, because some of the contacts there at the convention, several of them are like shop owners and such who deal to SWAT and law enforcement. And one of them specifically said that all of his plate carriers, his plates, helmets, everything, gone. Don't even bother trying because they've already got virus.
Yep.
Gone.
I'm telling you.
It's not happening. So if you don't have it, you better get it. Otherwise, it is what it is. And the same with ammo. They said the same with ammo. It's across the board. It doesn't matter what it is.
I put that post out at the camp, yesterday? 2 days ago?
Yep.
I'm maybe the last person in this part of the country that needs to buy some more ammo. I bought another 2,000 rounds of ammo.
Makes sense.
Just cause.
Not surprised.
Like, cause, dude, it's just a matter of time domestically before they come for your weapons as well. We've had some pretty good wins as far as like the injunction against the FRT, the force reset trigger, injunction against the pistol braces. That's great, but why are they trying to do that in the first place? We're the last country on the face of the earth where you can possess firearms.
And look what's happening to the countries where you can't.
Yeah.
There's a reason we haven't been hit yet, because behind every blade of grass is a rifle.
Yep. So, yeah. What other preparedness items? I mean, dude, define preparedness. Are you a suburbanite who wants to put together another bug out bag? That's one thing. I'll tell you, once you get into lifestyle, they're not making any more land, and it's not getting any cheaper. I'd be looking for some land pretty quick. And if you can't find your own land, I'd find somebody else's land to get with them on it because, it takes a village to work a piece of land. And to, there you go, and to affect security. That is, it's a really good preparedness item right there as well.
Yeah, I think they'll try to get rid of these. They're already trying. And so if you don't have these, and not, oh, I've got the Bible app on my phone. No, if you don't have these, you're wrong. If you're storing thousands of rounds of ammo and you're not storing the Word of God, which is the sword of the Spirit, the weapon in which we use, I've got questions.
Well, it's prophesied that in end times will be a famine for the Word. Oof. So, if you really think this is the end of the world as we know it, having a couple cases of Bibles would be a really good idea. Yeah. I mean, what is preparedness, right? Preparedness is perpetuating normalcy for the people that we love. So at some point, if you're playing the stockpiling game, you're stockpiling everything. I think it's way better to have some homies and have some skills and to be able to withstand. What do you got?
What's his name? Where'd it go? Outlander. Hi all, just found your channel, and he's asking what advice would you give to someone living in the UK? Just found our channel. He's never heard all your things.
Oh my goodness, Outlander. Well, let's see, in the UK, to the extent that you can have firearms, it's single shot shotguns. So if you got one of those, that's cool. You get really good at reloading. Bowcraft, really good idea. You're basically looking at the ability to project force, but more than that, like, what's the disposition of your eternal soul? I'd be concerned about that. Do you know your maker, and do you know where you're going when you breathe your last breath? How about your physical chassis? Are you fit? Are you strong? Do you have endurance? What's your mental state? Are you going to give up the moment it gets hard? Because I think it's going to get hard for everybody. Harder than it is right now, for sure. And I think, unfortunately, this world, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And it has just been a parade of bullshit over the last few years. Between COVID and Ukraine, and now Israel, and supply chains, and stolen elections, and gosh, all that, right? So what does your fortitude look like? Are you going to just give up when things get hard? Because if you're just going to give up when things get hard, why bother? And then really, some really basic skills, right? Cody Lundin has a book called 98.6 Degrees, the Art of Keeping Your Ass Alive, which is basically thermoregulating. How do you stay warm in the winter and cool in the summer? That's important. Procuring food, producing food. You know, in the UK, man, you guys have some pretty interesting weather where you are. I know there's sheep there. I like eating sheep. They're delicious. They're also a source of wool. They're also a source of lanolin. You can make soap. There's you got the hides for leather. There's bones for bone stock and for your dogs and all that. Like, sheep are awesome.
Get out of the big city.
Yeah, population density is huge.
Get away from London. Get away from Warshire, whatever it is. All those big. Get out to the country.
Yeah, and have a plan. I think that's one of the things where most people fall flat. Is they have a bunch of stuff, and maybe they have some skills, and maybe they have some people, but they don't know where they're going when things get bad. Like I said earlier, I'm fixing to be on a national media tour here pretty quick. You don't think I've got primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency plans for how I get back home when I leave, and what that looks like? Like, that's unfortunately the world that we live in. You know, I've got legitimate operators reaching out to me today saying, hey, if shit gets really weird, am I still cleared to come to your place?
Yeah.
Yep. So having a plan is a really good idea, not just the stuff. And people, who are you doing life with?
Can you trust them now?
Yep.
Like, can you, what I would really think about is there's people in your group maybe, or maybe you don't even have a group, and you're trying to form one. If you have weird feelings about people now, you need to confront it. It's not going to be easier to confront it. WROL.
It ain't gonna get better.
It's not.
If you don't like Tina now, you're definitely not gonna like Tina when the balloon goes up.
Yeah, when Tina's trying to eat your food that you prepped, but Tina didn't prep, you know? Like, no, dude, you need to go talk to Tina now. Like, this is the way I feel. I had a conversation with a family member who is in Chicago today. I told this family member in 2019 that they needed to buy a rifle, buy ammunition and tools, and train with it. I texted that same person today. I said, did you buy a rifle? He said, no. Well, since I told him that, they passed an assault weapons ban inside of Illinois. He cannot buy a rifle. He said, I can't buy one. I said, well, you should have thought about that. You know, and now I'm trying to instruct this guy as to like, hey, go get a Ruger Mini 30 because it's a 30 caliber gun that's not an assault weapon, but you can have, you know what you need to start doing. And you should have started it already. And so if you haven't started or you're delaying anything, stop.
Yep.
Stop watching this and go do it. We got a National Day of Jihad on Friday, or international, whatever that gayness is.
Stay strapped.
Stay strapped, get clapped, dude. About to have a Muhammad.
But what was that thing they said after 9/11? See something, say
something. Yeah.
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 Blah, blah, blah. Hey, by the way.
Dude, I think I'm charging men right now. I've been telling everybody I know, be fucking bold, dude. You see somebody who doesn't belong in your community, go ask them a question as to why they are there. You have the freedom of speech. You're a strong man. Hey, man, I've never seen you around here. Where are you from?
ask that question. Go small town. You don't look like you're from these parts. Ask them.
Yep.
There's a reason that small towns didn't get a bunch of crime.
Josh said that they're watching the live stream from the Tactical Command Center right now.
Oh, nice.
Oh, sick.
Speaking of, you ain't from around here, boy.
Yeah, from around here, boy.
That was a funny conversation you had on the phone the other day.
They did it in
Yeah, know your law enforcement officers and your AO and be friends with them and appreciate them because they are the ones that are going to go to bat for you first, by the way.
I had a guy, it was a repo man, showed up at my house a couple months ago. He was actually out in the road. He was shining a flash. I saw headlights out on the road and somebody shining a flashlight into my front yard. And my dogs were like murderous. Right? They had that murder bark. I'm like, oh, we're out. So I go outside. You know, I've got rifle racked, ready to go. About 5.6, 55 grain Hornady VMAX. And so I pie around the truck and come up about the 4:30, 5 o'clock of the truck, and it's a wrecker sitting there at idle, and so I hit my white light 3 times, and they roll the window down, and I'm like, what the F are you doing? They're like, yeah, we're looking for a red Dodge 4-door, blah, blah, blah. It's the wrong house. And they're like, yeah, well, blah, blah. And they start arguing with me as if I'm the guy that owns the truck. They said, we're looking for this address, and they're getting loud with me. I said, look, if you don't effing leave, I'm going to cavitate your forehead.
Yep.
You're in the wrong place.
Go.
You need to go. And they're like, well, blah, 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 blah. I said, look at my mailbox. And the guy looks over at the mailbox and goes, oh, shit. And I said, oh, shit is right. Get out of my front yard. If you don't have the balls to go do that, right, like just, hey man, wrong house. Also, why are you shining a flashlight
done
in the
that.
front yard? Yeah.
I'm 5'2".
My wife,
I've done that.
we had a guy pulled in the driveway in a white pickup truck one time, drove right past our house, went up to grandma's house. So my wife hops in her car, goes flying up to grandma's house, hops out of the car, sticks a 20 gauge in the dude's face. Who the hell are you and what are you doing here? Oh, he's from the internet company. He just forgot to make an appointment. She's like, you get back in your effing truck and you can come back after you make an appointment.
Yep.
To this day, that was 6 years ago when we first moved up here, to this day the internet company calls first
Yep.
to ask if we can please come.
Yep.
I've thrown the county tax assessors off my property.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just here to look. Cool. You can make an appointment.
We had a break-in at a property
Yep.
during Sukkot.
Yep.
Right? We had a bunch of family show up and descend upon this property to defend it because you will be faster than the law enforcement, I promise. And so we were, right? Got there in 20 minutes. Law enforcement took 40, right? When law enforcement showed up, first of all, they were at probably a 1 to 5 ratio, right? 1 cop for every 5 dudes. As well as the law enforcement thanked us.
Yep.
They're like, thank you guys so much for being willing to do this and being who you are. We need more help. Because the law enforcement are actually overwhelmed as well.
Dude, I was talking with the county deputy a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, man, I'm really glad you and you guys are here. I was like, thanks, I appreciate that. And he's like, no, for real. I've run into a lot of your guys before, and I've been in some hairy situations, and it's great knowing you guys are there, and you've got your rifles, and you're covering my 6, and I don't have to worry about y'all. And you've been such a blessing to the community. I'd say a lot of people have this false dichotomy in their head of like it's us or law enforcement.
Yeah.
And if you live in an area where it's you versus law enforcement, you live in the wrong damn place. You should move. You should move ASAP.
We love our cops.
Yes, we love them. And but it's like, yeah, it's we're on the same damn team. The school resource officers around here, we know them too. We've talked to them, it's like, hey, you know if something goes down, we're going to be here before any of your homies are, so we might as well all get on the same page as to what we're doing, because we will not have a Uvalde here.
We had a call come across the radio this morning of a fight broke out at a local school, and a kid said he was going to go get a gun.
Uh-huh.
The call came out, child threatening gun at school. So immediately the whole office is like, grab bags, let's go, pack up. We're up, we're moving. Because we have a mass pass, we need to bring every first aid gear we have.
Yep.
Right? Now the call comes over the radio, the parents are en route, everything's fine, disengage, cancel, right? And stop traffic. And so obviously we didn't go. But like that's what you should be doing in your community, in my opinion. Because if you really think that it's gonna go down, brother, it's about to happen, bro. You don't know, brother. Why are you not talking to the friendly forces in your AO that could potentially engage you because they believe you to be the enemy?
Yeah, who are your left and right units? This is basic. Well, see, that's the thing. People haven't even defined what the battlefield is.
Yep.
So you don't know what your left and right units are. You don't know what limited defense is.
Nope.
You have no ROEs.
Nope.
We did an observation drill a few weeks ago, and I was like, hey, what would you do if somebody walked out in that field wearing camo, carrying a rifle? Oh, we'd shoot them. I said, cool. Look around. We're all wearing camo, carrying rifles. How do you know that that's not one of us? How do you know that that's not a good guy? Well, maybe if they're shooting at us. Well, what if they can't observe you, and they don't know that you're a good guy? It's everybody. You want it to be cut and dry, basic stuff, and it's not. I can shatter all the myths in your head in a half an hour with a hayfield with a whiteboard.
Yeah, yo, like that's not even a joke.
Yeah.
The dudes who are building 300 blackouts or 308s that are going to shoot bad guys at 600 meters have never been looked at a target at 600 meters. I'm telling you. Because the dudes who are going to do jobs at 600 meters aren't saying that.
Yep.
Because they know how hard that is.
Yeah, and is your target 1.5 meter by 3 meter silhouette, right? And that's not moving and that has full contrast.
Yeah. Perfectly shadowed, is a circle.
Yeah. I think we're over our time. We're now.
Katie Lynn's giving you the face.
Yeah. What am I doing now?
Content?
Oh my gosh, it's all done today.
That's what we're doing right now.
I've literally just talked at rectangles.
I just laughed. I looked at the time. I was like, you guys were like only 30 minutes, and it's been almost an hour and a half.
We're having fun. We in it.
I wasn't giving it dirty thought.
I
was-
did content for Lauren.
I think
Lauren.
Britt may be the one that's giving you guys dirty looks.
Oh, I gotta do content? Oh yeah, Britt did just come in here for a second.
Yeah, I think she's like, she's damn for
That's probably a sign.
No, our shipping.
Okay, refugemedical.com. I'll even go one further. Promo code BearNation, get you free shipping.
There you go.
I'd use it while you can before all of these shelves are empty because we got two global wars right now, and it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Okay, so bye.
Okay. So, you know what to do. You need to prepare. You need to get your stuff in order, right? Anybody who orders today and puts in the comment section live stream gets a special treat from Bob. Shh, don't tell TJ.
Wait, did you just say that? Wait, anybody who orders? I was like, everybody who comments? How am I going to keep?
No. Everybody
Okay.
who orders in the comment section, in the notes section on your order, put live stream. You can get a little special treat from Bob, right? That's how it is, right? And if you already ordered, right, and you're like, what? I already ordered. Just message into the chat. Keith will see it. He'll put it in there. It's not our first rabbit hunt, okay? Guys, Yah is God. He is in control. He's in charge. He's in control. None of this crap is a surprise to him. He will protect and provide for you. He did not lead you out of Mitzrayim to drown you. Okay? Take a breath. Have faith that our Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, the King, is in control. Okay? He loves you. We love you. You love us. We know, right? Go do the things, please, right now. Carry an effing tourniquet. Shalom.
Bye, everybody.